Greetings, fellow noobs, and welcome to another NuubCast. This is Brawn bringing you a 1v1 here in the Zelnaga Caverns against Ad Akbar. Spawning down here in the bottom left as the blue Protoss and his opponent Zoleth. That's what I'm going with right there. Zoleth. That sounds pretty good. It's the red Terran up here in the upper right. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty much done with the snow. If you don't live in the northeast or eastern parts of the country, it doesn't matter to you, but it matters to me. Tired of it. Make it go away. Actually, normally I love snow, but my back doesn't like it so much anymore. But anyway, we're not here to talk about snow. We're here to talk about StarCraft. And man, there are just not enough hours in the day. I can't watch the VODs I want to watch, the interviews I want to see, the tournaments I want to watch and plan, and try and do all the other things I'm supposed to do, and sleep. I'm sure many of you have the same problem, but it's starting to wear on me a little bit. Hence the slow drip of content lately. Hopefully I'm going to get my priorities straight and get things back in normal working order. Until then, welcome to NuubCast. We do have a few new subs from the recent Stargirl video, getting a little extra exposure on Kotaku.com. Always appreciative of that. So we have the Terran player closing off. Most normal thing in the world, getting that early orbital command. Could not be more normal. Double gas for the Protoss player. That's not normally how we see it happen. Usually, I'm trying to think of the timing here, this is going to get done about when this is 3/4 of the way done. May or may not be enough time to get all your guys into gas and enough to start your warp gate tech the minute it finishes. Yeah, not a chance. So it'll be a little bit delayed. And you do have enough to get another gateway down. There you go. So not bad there. Got the tech lab out for our Terran friend. Getting that second barracks up and running, close to completion, to get those bio units out and making Marines. Oh, and now Marauders. Stim just started, so we'll see that that push coming in shortly. Second and third gateways are down, getting some nice, decent enough saturation early. You have 6 guys on each geyser, only 3 guys in the gas here for Terran, plus he has, of course, the almighty mule that just fell apart and broke. Zealot a little late on the supply depot. Going to be a tiny bit supply blocked here, but just for a few seconds, as we see concussive shells now also in the making. And warp gate tech is 3/4 of the way done. Do we have the juice for a chrono boost? Sure do. What are you doing there, Ad Akbar? Get it going, brother. There you are. And we have a robo bay. Okay, so we are seeing 3-gate robotics facility. So we're going to have some early immortal play to counteract these, or not counteract, you know what I mean, the battle up against these Marauders. We are seeing some moving out and a barracks going down to protect what will be an expansion. Stim should be finished by the time these units get down to the Protoss ramp, so he will have that advantage. Just enough units right now, it looks like, to deal with this. Just a couple of Marines and several Marauders. So, yep, it's going to be very close. And look, there's the stim. And we have our first battle of the match. Kind of a useless force field, but that Terran, having lost only one Marine, going to wisely haul out of there. But the Observer is out and going to be following those units back to their base. I like that push by the Terran. I like it's kind of a pokey nature. It puts the Protoss immediately on somewhat of the defensive, just making sure. I mean, he had enough units to take it, so Terran was able to run away. But what it does, because he didn't do any damage really at all, the Terran player, is it makes him go. He did the push so that he could get out this command center unattested. So the push was a success. But because he did very little damage, the Protoss player is feeling very confident getting his own expansion out. So whatever income advantage Terran was hoping to gain with that little push is pretty much undone. We look at the let's look at the units lost tab real quick. We see nothing for blue and a little bit more for red. Nothing major at this point, obviously. But the Protoss army is significantly stronger than what's here for the Terran army, which is why I'm assuming he is making these barracks. He could probably go ahead and well, I guess it's not a bad idea to have that sitting over there. It is free. He can sell it at any time. If Terran decides to push in here through the back door here, he will be ready for him. So not a bad tactic there by Zealot. And now it looks like we are in a little bit of Stim StarCraft mode, as it is so often referred to. Both guys mining away. Terran player having both towers, always a good idea. The Immortals are starting to come out now at Akbar. And getting, we're seeing a probe transfer, just a couple. You could probably send at least half of what you got there. You could probably send over to here. Is that an Observer in the middle line? Yes, there is. I guess he's worried about Banshees. Always good to be prepared, and it's never a bad thing to have more than one Observer. So many times Protoss players make one Observer and that's it. And that's just silly. So might as well break down those rocks on your way up there, but that's cool. This is obviously going to alert Zealot to the incoming threat. So he's got his bunkers manned and he's getting himself in position, scanning himself to get rid of the Observer, but it gets out of the way before it takes too much damage. And it looks like we got several Marines. I think these bunkers are actually going to help. As in comes... Oh, bad. You heard me say this a bunch of times. Terrible positioning. You've got your Zealot and your Immortal in the back when they should be out front. Zealots have moved to the front, some of them. But the Immortal should also be in the front because it does have a shorter range than the Stalkers. Can't really engage as quickly. Needs to get in the front to tank some of that damage and then to hold things off for the Stalkers to do their damage. Immortal goes down, getting surround on these Stalkers. No attempts to micro out of this, which is not the best idea by Akbar, because the SCVs are able to kind of act like Zerglings in that situation. Lots of damage done though by at Akbar, but Zealot pretty much unfazed. If you look at the units tab, basically what that attack did was even them out in the harvester department. If you look here at the units tab, but of course Zealot has those mules, and so he is still at a fair advantage. It's really not. Oh, there you go. There you see it. 400 or 500 minerals per minute difference there with the mules working. And now we're going to see another probe sorry, probe, another SCV transfer. But what we do see is Ad Akbar is immediately reloaded and ready to go again. But so is Zalith, and now he's got tanks, and he's going to move down here. Looks like, yep, he's going to start taking down those rocks to get his third. Not a bad idea. He was able to hold off and defend and kill all of Ad Akbar's army. So certainly not the worst thing, not the worst idea to go ahead and take those rocks and prepare. Maybe take positioning, get your tanks out, get them in siege, so that you can take that third when you're ready. We see charge down for Ad Akbar. We're getting some more immortals out. I'd like to see a starport, and there it is. And here are the medevacs that I was about to ask for. There they are. I'm going to be immediately tasked with healing up this army. I'm going to be able to do it. I wasn't a big fan. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, these forward bunkers, but I don't know. I'm not sure what the purpose is. They are right in the range of your tanks, but you're allowing the Protoss army to stay down here, the Protoss army that just broke down these gold rocks. You're allowing the Protoss army to stay back here out of range of your tanks and kill this bunker and not have to come in range of your most powerful units. So unless you're going to move these tanks into here, these bunkers really are, you're doing yourself a disservice in this positioning. And I think you'll see that come into play as soon, right now. Now, you see, those, until this moment, those stalkers were all out of range, and now these zealots are able to run in with the charge and just destroy these tanks. And together with the immortals, it's not even going to be close. These tanks should essentially really just turn around and go back home, because they're not going to be able to help out here. And actually that one does get away with just a few hit points. These guys going to get taken out. Going to want to forage? No. Going to want to salvage that immediately. Get this guy out of dodge too. Again with the bunker over here. Unnecessary at this point. And I would just... Are we freezing? Uh-oh. All's happening. Oh. Okay, we're back, I think. Oh boy. Sorry about that. A little bit of lag there. I think Fraps is having a conniption on me. But again, SCVs come out, being very helpful. Ad Akbar trying to micro these guys around. Great thing SCVs do is they draw fire so that these immortals, these Marauders and Marines can fire down the units, and the SCVs take the damage, and also do quite a bit of damage because they are light units against armored units, and they do they take less damage from those immortals and those stalkers. But at the same time, oh my goodness, okay, I'm gonna back it up because that's important. Can't believe I missed that. Have to apologize. And here it comes. I missed it the whole time. Man, I'm pretty sure I even knew about that. Now, remember, this battle up here is already over. What we just watched, that battle's finished. I was talking about what was happening up